everybody takes risk in life, but some people take extra risk, and some of them will give up, the opposite of life. So basically, some people give up on life, but the opposite of that happens. By that I mean they are very motivated to do stuff in life. So one thing you have to notice is that every action that you take and do in life has a meaning for yourself and has a meaning for another person. So for me, making life a happier place for another person is my mission. So another person has to come first. If you can do that, you are a very godly person. By that I mean someone who is very kind-hearted. If you really, your mission is to make another person happier than yourself, that's love. So before you do anything in life, ask yourself two very important questions. Is it moral? Number one, is it moral? Like, is it gonna improve the society? And the second question is that, are you gonna have fun with it? That comes back to entrepreneurship. I'm talking about it since last session video that we had. If you don't have fun with it, it's really not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is something that is done with love and hard work and love, the most important one. Because if it's not done, it's like work. That's the corporate life, okay? I'm putting corporate life so down because later on I'm gonna be so corporate, my nigga. It's gonna be unbelievable. I'm not gonna say my nigga on my videos anymore because I'm gonna be a corporate dude in the far future, my nigga. Good morning, Toronto. I am sorry about something. So whatever I say on this channel, it's not about racism. I'm really not a racist person. Deep down within, I respect all races, especially two races, black and native Indian, and of course, Iranian, okay? It's just something that resonates with me because I am black. I am not black. I am half Creole and half Iranian. This is why I try to respect more because when you are a race of something, you have to respect them. But you also shouldn't stand racism. When someone says something, you have to stand up against it. This is why I stand up against myself. My last video was a little racist, to be honest, but it was really for fun. It was just something I'm playing with myself. It's not a game, guys. Don't be racist. And when I say my nigga, it's really my queen. My nigga is black. She's Afro-Colombian, as you can see. I shown that to you before. She's Colombian and she's African somehow, but she doesn't know anything about Africa. So I consider myself more African than her as well. So anyway, that was my honest side. I'm not racist. Don't be racist. It's not cool, man. Anyway, back to sleep. Just wow, that's 45,000 American dollars per person in Canada. Like, that's how much a person makes in Canada on average. If you really think about it, it's one of the richest countries on the earth, if not the richest. Just sitting here listening to some songs, I'm contemplating if I am in purgatory or actual heaven. So richness is something very relative. I showed you GDP of Canada. So imagine a country that every person on average makes $45,000. Someone with an income of 45,000 is middle class, right? If you really think about it. And someone in another country, like a third world country where the GDP is $500 per person, that makes about $30 per month. Well, I didn't do the math, but I'm just saying, if someone makes $30 a month and that's middle class, imagine like this gap. How do you justify this kind of gap between people? Like, it just all comes back to happiness, and so it's relative. Someone with $45,000 is definitely happier, right? So think about that. Snowing crazily. I love the snow and the view of these things. Canada's view is always like this. Imagine up north where it snows. You see views like this all over the place. I am at Tim Hortons working on my project. but the view outside is incredible with the snow. I love it. But when summer comes, my productivity goes through the moon in Toronto. So I'm waiting for that. Heading home, I'm so excited for winter to be done so I can take you around Toronto. Right now I'm gonna go to Shoppers Drug Mart and I'm gonna buy a deodorant and a chocolate because today I'm craving chocolate. So one of my other friends has chosen the path of entrepreneurship, as we talked in last video. It's really big when you have friends that take away from the corporate world and add to entrepreneurship world. As I told you, there are stairs that, well, they call it corporate ladder, that you go up in corporate world. Entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs have a ladder too. We have elevators, to be honest. We have elevators that we have to go up with our soul or whatever, with our energy. So it's very important to understand that entrepreneurs have a ladder to go up as well. I guess I'm in a very high ladder because I've gone to University of Waterloo and I have chosen the path of entrepreneurship right off the bat when I graduated. So in 2013 when I graduated, I chose entrepreneurship. So I'm about 5 years or 6 years ahead of my friend, but congratulations to him. Companies I used to work for when I was in high school. But yeah, I made a lot of money back in 2009 when the crash happened. And now that I think about it, if I have saved all the money in 2009 and put in Ethereum back then, I would have had about $2 million right now. But yeah, so keep in mind that when you are young, your money is worth a lot more. So right now, with my net worth, I can basically retire, which is I am retired. I still choose to play with money because it's just fun, you know? Why not make it more? But an entrepreneur like me only thinks about money, and that's it. I'm in Shoppers Drug Mart, as you can see, looking for deodorant. This is pretty awesomeness. Another reason why I want to stay in Canada for a long time is views like this. It's just so beautiful, so peaceful when nobody is on the street and you have snow, trees. You know what is one of the best assets in Canada, apart from their banks that they have, like TD and RBC, and Nova Scotia Bank is also good, is the beauty. No country on earth has this beauty. Look at this beautiful scene. Canada has beautiful girls, beautiful scenes, and beautiful entrepreneurs like me, okay? So come to Canada if you're not in Canada already, because you're missing out on a lot of things. In the far future, I'm predicting everything for you, but Canada really is the future because of the water that we have. I showed you some water previously, and it's just so amazing how Canadians are nice to share their resources, okay? I don't want to bet that they're gonna share, but I'm assuming they're gonna help. So keep that in mind also. Got home early today, and this is how the view looks from my building. I think those are for old people houses, retirement or something. And this is the view of CN Tower, which is not showing right now. And I'm just thinking about how blessed Torontonians are. Toronto is a very spiritual place in my opinion, you know. A lot of people from everywhere in the world, like we got every race from every nationality in Toronto. It's not as cool as New York, but I think Toronto is more home for me. I would never want to live in New York. I'm not that kind of city boy. I'm Toronto city boy, you know. Toronto is just like the cultures, how they mix together. It's a new culture. So Canada is not about so many of other cultures. It's one culture that is based on many cultures. So if you look at it that way, it's a lot better. So one of my missions in life is to be faster than the other guy, okay? That's number one mission of a good entrepreneur. So you have to be really fast and get there and see their goals. Look at their ultimate potential. The reason why I love money is that it makes it so simple. Everybody eventually wants money or fame or wants to help. It's one of the three. It could be four, I don't know about the other philosophies of life, but I only have three principles. So you either want money, or you want to help, or you want to become famous, okay? And I see the end result of all these three. The reason why I do the things I do is because I want dirty money. The dirtier the money, the better. I'm kidding. I want clean money, to be honest. But I get any sort of money, even if it's dirty, I'll collect it because I know that I'm gonna use it for a good cause. This is the Song of Elysium, the movie. So Canada is also like Elysium a little bit, if you think about it. But what I said about dirty money is wrong. I don't want dirty money. Nobody wants dirty money. But there is no dirty money in Canada. All the dirty money is in the US, most of it, you know. So even if you get dirty money in Canada, it's probably clean money somehow, right? Because we don't have dirty money here. It's just a lot of people that have anything to do with dirty money are in the US, you know. This is the reason why after my degree from Waterloo, like 95% of the students from my class went to the US. I stayed like a soldier. I'm a Canadian soldier. Nah, I mean, my nigga. So I chose Canada because really it needs more help than US. US, a lot of corporate dudes are gonna manage everything there, right? But Canada needs entrepreneurship more than anything. So keep that in mind also. If you're an entrepreneur, be proud. On my bed watching some videos about law of attraction. Law of attraction is crazy and it's a big topic. Imagine anything you wanted, you could achieve and here and now. So you want pizza and it just shows up. That would be so robotic of a life, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna do more research on this topic and get back to you on this channel because this channel is also about happiness. It's about doing good shit. So sitting at Timmy's, I'm taking some courses as you can see online. One of them is public speaking. I want to learn public speaking so I can do better on my vlogs, you know, it's very important because I'm the only vlogger of Toronto. Come on guys, I gotta be good at this shit. Well, first I need to learn how to not say that word again. This law of attraction. Basically it says whatever you want, you can get it. But I don't really believe that it's easy. You have to put in effort as well. So what I learned in that course, I'll teach you as well. So subscribe to this channel. You'll learn some stuff. So it's a late Sunday night. I'm having sunflower seeds and watching public speaking videos. So I've been very selfish on my videos. It was always all about me. And I guess it's gonna be about me because it's about Toronto vlogs and this lazy boy in Toronto who's gonna do a lot of good shit for the city. So it's gonna be about me, but I'm gonna give you nuggets of happiness and lectures on different things for you to take away from me in the next videos, okay? So if I talk about myself so much, because this channel is for me. So if you're watching it, don't get offended. Just take away that this channel is gonna be about me and the work I do and the progress I make for my city, Toronto. And I mean, my calorie intake is less than 2,000 calories per day with this coffee that I eat or drink every day. I'm on a diet, on a coffee diet. Eat to booster juice. I got this beautiful booster juice for myself, $8. What a investment of energy to my body. Walking home, looking at my shadow. So there are two type of transactions. Any transaction you do in life, it's a debit or it's a credit. So every time you do a transaction, either it's credit or debit, you have to ask why. Why did you do that transaction? How did the money come or how did the money go? Because later on you have to justify all these costs, especially if you want to build a company and do something meaningful for the world. You have to know how you got there. So every transaction you do, especially if it's a credit transaction, it's an outgoing transaction, ask why. Why did I do this transaction? But be very careful with this kind of thought because if you do it too much, down the road you will regret because you've done too much of it. So don't just live for here and now, live for the future as well, because I think that's another part of the reality that you're gonna experience. So be careful with your transactions. Also, when you are receiving data to your brain, basically everything that you listen or hear or you see if it's down the road gonna help you. For example, whatever you're hearing on this video is very important to see if what I say is correct or not, and then put it somewhere in your brain and see if it's gonna help you in the future or not. Don't go crazy though, don't go crazy, because these things that I'm teaching you right now, I'm learning myself. So whatever I'm learning, I'm gonna put it out there. It's just a thought for me to watch this video in the future as well, to justify what I said. So don't take my words seriously, think about it, and then like a debit or credit transaction, put it in your brain. It will help you down the road, especially if you want to save money, because that's probably the most important thing to do for you as a human being, to save money. And finally, the most important thing about debit and credit is your time. The time that is gone is basically forever gone. You cannot get that time back. So if you debit that time, you cannot debit time unless you hire someone. But if you lost time, basically if you credited it, then you will never get that time back. And I don't know what this is, it should go away, but yeah. So be careful of time. It's the most important asset that you will ever have. A beautiful sunset is happening there, as you can see. It's very beautiful. You know what I bought today? Apart from the booster juice, I bought this deodorant for $4, and I bought this Listerine for another $5. So these two, for example, are investments. If you think about it, I will smell good. You know, it makes you bigger. So think about that idea, that whatever makes you bigger, do that. Make the right decision all the time. You don't want to smell bad, but you don't also want to buy the whole deodorant aisle. You know, you buy little stuff that makes you feel good, and you save the rest for the future time. So that's me, my nigga. So keep that in mind, okay? It's very important to budget everything in life. Budget everything. Listening to some Hinduism songs, as you can see, it's called Jai Ma. And thinking about law of attraction. So apparently, according to law of attraction, whatever you desire, you will get. You just have to think about it continuously. But that's wrong. I don't think the law of attraction really works if you are not ready for it, you know? For example, I cannot have everything I want if I just think about it, right? You have to put an effort, and you have to like plan it. That's what I'm doing with my life. I really want a lot of money. Why should I lie? Why should I lie? When I want a lot of money, why should I lie about it? So like, I'm just gonna put that in my subconscious, okay? And think about money, and one day I'll be so rich I will drive a Lamborghini, okay? But other than that, live the good life, you know? Slowly by little, when you experience things, you will realize that in the here and now, you have everything you possibly wanted from God or yourself. So you're not God. Don't remember that. You're not God. God is a separate entity from you, and He will put you in a situation that you will realize later on that everything you wanted was already there. You don't want anything else apart from here and now, what you have. So all these guys in the car, you see, they're running after the same thing. They want happiness, right? They already have it. So what are they doing there? They are going to become a better person, to be closer to their goal. So if you really think about it as a whole, we as human beings are making the world a better place collectively, and we are all trying for the same thing, basically. Who knows what that same thing is? It's happiness, I think, or more money or whatever. But if you really think about it, we as a whole, we are making the world so much better than before, and you singly cannot do it. And I showed you those guys. We together, we are doing it together at the same time. This degree of me from University of Waterloo is my pride. Education is the only thing that the more you do it, the better it is. Okay, it has no limit. Whatever you want to do in life, except education, the excess of it is extra. Even if you go to gym too much, it's bad. Too much watching TV is bad. Too much of anything is bad except education. In my opinion, education has no limit, because it really, your brain has capacity for much more than what you think you can put in it. We are using, I don't know, 1%, 2% of our brain. So like, the more you educate yourself, you still have so much room. But if you go to the gym all day, you might have a nice body, but you won't have the same brain, because you have to put time for education. So don't forget that. So I'm gonna study law of attraction, and so when you truly want something, you have to put it in your subconscious and think about it until it becomes your reality, okay? So keep that in mind, that it's very important what you put into your brain and your subconscious. So if it's a negative thought, you have to let go of it, okay? Just chilling, listening to some YouTube songs on my bed. Apart from law of attraction, whatever you do in this reality, you are affecting it yourself. So at the end of the day, the person you have become is the ultimate you that you could be. So whatever you are, it's the result of the soul that you have, and that soul wanted this experience for you. So remember that also in law of attraction. It's very important to understand who you really are deep down within, not in this physical body, but up there in your soul. I like it when I shave my face, I look like a little baby. But yeah, small changes in your life eventually becomes a huge deal. So these little things that you do in your life right now, it will add up. If it's good. If it's bad, it will also add up. But I hope it's not a bad thing that you do. Do little good things, it will add up. Watch it grow. So by not doing my MBA, I'm saving so much money. So think about it. The MBA program that I wanted to go to at Liverpool University or Ryerson University, that was my second option. My first option was Liverpool. It's a good university. I contacted them. They accepted me, but I decided to not go because I would have saved so much money by 37,000 American dollars a year. For 2 years, that would be around 70,000 American dollars or 100,000 Canadian dollars. So I invested that money into Apple, and by the dividend that I get from Apple, I'm gonna take courses on internet, whatever floats my boat, you know. So for example, I took this law of attraction course, so ghetto. But entrepreneurship ladder, remember that, like, there are two ladders that you could go up. One is entrepreneurship ladder and one is corporate ladder. One of my friends is going up the corporate ladder. I don't care. I have to go through the entrepreneurship ladder and meet him up there in the sky. You know, that's the goal of the entrepreneur. So entrepreneurship is really not risky at all. If you choose to go that path, you have to have a big soul though. Like, it takes a lot of effort and energy, but don't just like quit your job and decide to do entrepreneurship because you think it's easy. You know, it's not easy. It's harder than a corporate job. You know, an entrepreneur has to go through so much formal education as well. So don't just like say, okay, this guy told me become an entrepreneur, I'm gonna quit my job. No, that's not the way to do it, okay? That's so ghetto. Don't do that. Be calculating everything, and from there, if you think entrepreneurship is right for you, do it. But I don't want to discourage anyone, so think about it yourself. Look at this view of winter. It's so cool with the sun in it. Look at view of downtown from this side with the sun. Sunset almost is happening. So I'm doing my taxes, I think 2018. I'm gonna pay about $2,000 or less than that in taxes to the government. So I do pay my taxes, okay? I was lying in my previous videos. Pay your taxes, guys. It's very important. Don't get into tax evasion and problems with the government. You don't want to get there, okay? it's not gonna be fun. So as an entrepreneur, you get to avoid a lot of expenses in taxes. I'm not gonna tell you how because you have to figure it on your own. But an entrepreneur, the reason why I pay $2,000 in taxes, even though I make way more than a corporate man, is because I know how to avoid taxes legally. It's very important because taxes is your single biggest expense, and if you know how to avoid it legally, you will fall ahead so fast. It's unbelievable. So learn how to be a good entrepreneur, because that's the way to make money, guys. Into some Drake. I love this album, Views. It has CN Tower on it, and it relates to me because CN Tower at night is beautiful. So if you're on your path to success or entrepreneurship or even corporate, you need something to be proud of and something to aim for. So that motivation is very important. Find your motivation today. So after watching this video, I want you to just think about what is the most important goal that you have, and I want you to go ahead and accomplish it. So I'm reading this on Facebook. It says, travel and tell no one. Live a true love story and tell no one. Live happily and tell no one. So I tell everyone because I'm not doing any of this. My life is pretty boring, as you can clearly see. But somehow it's gonna become a lot better than this when I make so much money. Well, I am making so much money, but I am so ghetto because I want it from my company. You know, I'm still too young to think about luxury lifestyle, buy a Lamborghini and Ferrari, dress like a jackpot winner, which I am, a corporate man, you know. Like, I'm too young to live like that, but I'm getting there starting soon. Like in a year, I will be buying a car. I will dress good, sexy up, and you know, like, I'm already sexy though, but it's gonna get better because that's my mission in life, you know. And you're gonna see how this channel transforms from being an entrepreneur to a corporate man which respects entrepreneurs, because when you're an entrepreneur, your goal is eventually to become a corporate man on your own, and that's the mission, my nigga. I lost this one actually. It's a play again, so I lost it. Studying my MBA, and this is how I look when I study. So I am thinking here, should I go to Mauritius or stay in Canada? I think Canada is winning, but Mauritius has nice beaches, guys. So to make it simple, should I live in this building forever? It's such a hard decision to make. Should I live the luxury life in Toronto and be an entrepreneur here? Or should I move to Africa and do something for Africa? Or the third option would be, should I stay in Toronto and do something from here for there? That's a good option too. But yeah, this is the kind of person I want to become. I want to help as much as possible, you know? Just took a shower, as you can see. I always use I use a lot of water, and that's me after shower. I look good, damn, man. So anyway, I was thinking about, should I go to Mauritius or should I stay in Canada? That's something I have to decide. So if I do good in Canada, I will stay here. But yeah, let's see where can I find myself and my future soul doing something good. Where would it be? It is so weird. One of my profs from University of Waterloo checked out my profile. Okay, kudos to that prof, checking out his student after what, 4 years? No, hold on, it's been 6 years and my prof still checks on me. Okay, that's a good university. You should go to University of Waterloo. Your profs love you. Okay, so keep on hustling, study hard, and get into University of Waterloo. I'm meditating, as you can see, on my bed with my pillow in my lap. It's so funny because this is what I do every day. While meditating, hold on, let me stop this. It's too much. I'm too relaxed, guys. It's just like the best feeling when you meditate. But you know what I noticed, guys, while meditating? Toronto is the best city on the planet, guys. There is no better city than Toronto. I bet you $1 million per person that Toronto is the best city on the planet. We have everything possibly you could dream of. It's like New York 2.0, okay? You have everything in Toronto packed in one city. So now I mean, my nigga, still on my bed watching public speaking, you know. It's all about confidence, guys. But you know where my confidence comes from? It's from my culture, my strong culture. Now I mean, someone a long time ago told me that I have fake confidence. I don't even know what that means, but I am a very confident dude, you know, like I'm gonna take over Toronto, and when that day comes, man, I'm gonna be known, and that guy is gonna be like, oh, your confidence was real. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to study. If you're a student, study hard, because it's the most important portion of your life, you know. When you go to workforce and you have to go up the corporate ladder, that's death, okay? That's the part that your soul dies, basically. So if you're not learning, you should be learning, okay? Because that's what makes your soul thrive, you know, to a higher dimension. Late night, looking at pictures of CN Tower, so beautiful. Pictures like this inspire me so much, you know. But you know what I learned in Toronto? That you have to hustle as hard as you can. Become really good at something and keep doing it. It's very important. When you become good at something and you keep on focusing on that one thing, it may become a very, very special thing in your life. Okay? So what I'm trying to become good at is entrepreneurship. And this channel, you're gonna see me evolve, okay? From this guy at home, sitting, chilling, you know, to a very, very rich guy. So you're gonna see the progress slowly, because I have this vision that I know I'm gonna become really rich. I am already rich, but it's gonna get better because I know how to invest, okay? Okay, it's gonna get better, I promise you. So that's it, finished my job at Tim Hortons, going home. I owed the government $146 Canadian. I did my taxes finally, guys. It was quite a ride to see that I don't owe that much to the government, because later on I'm gonna owe the government so much. It's gonna be funny how I'm gonna deal with taxes in the future. Anyway, update on that. So yeah, thanks Dad for doing it for me. Came to Sobeys. I'm buying this peace tea. I like this peace tea. It's 88 cents. So let's see what it does to my body, if I get fat or not. Oh gosh, the feeling of paying your taxes, being free of the government, oh my god. It's such a good feeling when you get your taxes done and you don't owe anything to the government. That's one of the best feelings on earth, really. Especially in Canada, in Toronto, where the taxes are very high, especially if you make a lot of money. So yeah. Thinking about my taxes, I'm on CRA website trying to understand if I did it right or not. I got this Uber Eats food. I got 2 of them actually, Indian food, so good. Blessed with life.